ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Spotlight Show, and I'm your host, Jabez Napoleon Oglade. Like I always say every week, this Sunday evening is always the highlight of my weekend. I'm very excited, to be on the show today with you. Wherever you may be, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening because we have viewers from across the globe in time zones. But right now we're coming to you live from the GBKM studio from the city of Toronto in Canada. So thank you so much, everyone. And of course, I want to say thank you to you. You made this show possible. So if you're in the office, if you're at home, if you're watching me from your cell phone, your TV, your laptops, thank you so much. We won't be here without your viewership. And of course, special thanks to our sponsors who make this show possible every week. And we always say thanks to Daniola Corporation based here in Toronto. Check them out, www.daniola.corp.com. Wonderful company based, focused on the mining industry. African Young Entrepreneurs, the largest network of black entrepreneurs across the world, www.ayeonline.org. And of course, the Manny's Place, wonderful business, that cater to women, specifically. They're based here in Toronto. Any sister, mother out there suffering, having homelessness issue, sex trafficking, domestic violence, why not reach out to them? www.imanisplace.org. And of course, thanks to Pan Africa Arts, Culture and Trade Institute, a wonderful organization. They have so many plans coming up for you and so many seminars and sessions being planned for next year because this year is almost over. So check them out, www.pawacati.org. And of course, our platinum sponsor, Top Rank Consulting. Top Rank Consulting, the leaders in IT training anywhere in the world. If you're in Africa, in the Caribbean, you're in Europe, Middle East, Asia, North America, they have offices and locations across the world. So please check them out, www.toprank.ca. And one of the very good courses they have going right now, is called strategic communication and business communication. Oh my God, it's very, very wonderful, guys. I can't praise it enough because a lot of people have taken this course and they have so much wonderful testimony. So thank you so much. So yes, so today, what is today all about? Remember last week, guys, we did a rerun of a topic we did in summer, talking about cryptocurrency, the rise of digital money, digital currency, or as people call it, e-money, okay? So I'm going to continue with the second segment today. And of course, I have a special guest. I'm not going to tell you, but I have a special guest. This individual has a wealth of knowledge and he's going to share with us how we can have a piece of the cake, guys. Trust me, this is a cutting-edge technology and it's something that you and I should take advantage of, okay? Not to go too much into that, let's do a quick recap before we bring in our guest. Remember last week we talked about what? Cashless society. Whether you like it or not, COVID-19 has ushered us into a new era of cashless society. Many small businesses right now across the world are not even accepting cash no more, okay? A lot of businesses are pushing for cashless transaction, okay? What is cashless transaction? A cashless transaction is anything that limits the use of cash, physical cash, fiat money, paper money, as we know it. Most of us grow up, all of us grow up with paper money, but trust me, in the nearest future, everything's going to go digital. You're going to be able to pay, wirelessly or through your mobile device, etc. Okay, guys. And of course, we talked about a little bit about cryptocurrency last week. I share with you some very important facts of some of the cryptocurrency, how they perform from January 2021 to date. And definitely, if you're one of those who jump into the bandwagon to, have your portfolio, some of your portfolio with a cryptocurrency, I'm sure you're smiling right now, definitely. In January, Bitcoin, the most popular cryptocurrency, Bitcoin was about what? 7,000 US dollars. A few years back, it was less than $100, but today it's close to $19 USD, if not more. What about Ripple and Ethereum? Okay, I'm not going to say too much because we have a subject matter expert here who's going to educate you and I, on how we can get involved into this. Okay, guys. So, but before we do that, before in short, I'm going to bring in my guest and I'm going to introduce you. I'm going to introduce him to everyone, and we'll take it from there. Okay, guys. So I'm very, very happy and honored to have with me in studio today, and the person is, his name is Robert McFarlane. Okay, guys. So let's let's welcome him. Yes, welcome to the show.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. I'm so happy to be here with you, and I'm so happy that you took some of your time to share with me, and your time is your most valuable asset, and I appreciate that.
Oh,
appreciate that, brother.
We are blessed to have you. Trust me, guys. I've been learning from this gentleman, and I couldn't keep him to myself. I had to share it with you guys. Okay, so we're going to talk a lot about digital money. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We're going to talk about blockchain. whatever it is involved in this new technology and how it can help you and I. Okay, guys, so I want you to sit back because we're going to go on a quick short break, okay? And when we come back, we're going to have this juicy information from you. Remember, what's the Spotlight Show about? The Spotlight Show, here we discuss, topics of interest that affect you and I. People of color, people of African descent, all over the globe. How we can make better and informed decisions, okay, that can help us grow. So sit back and we'll be right back.
Angela, and I'm a business analyst. A good friend of mine introduced me to Top Run. He had taken the course before, and he thought it would be a good idea for me to try it out. At the time, I was looking to change my career and just get a little bit more knowledgeable on how to be a business analyst.
I wanted to
Top Run Consulting is a global education consultancy. We provide pretty intensive short training courses that help people gain leadership.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're just joining us, welcome to the Spotlight Show. I'm your host, Napoleon, or Jabez Napoleon Ogbole. Thank you so much. Yes, we have with us today Robert McFarlane, someone who is into, digital currency, and he's going to, tell us more about digital currency. Robert, once again, very happy to have you. And yes, so Robert, tell our audience, just introduce yourself. Do us the honors.
All right, no problem. Thank you so much. So, as you said, my name is Robert McFarlane. I am a Bitcoin enthusiast, influencer, consultant, node operator, and I have a little bit of knowledge in the cryptocurrency field.
Awesome.
So everybody, I believe, has a piece of the pie. Napoleon has a piece of the pie. He said piece of the cake earlier.
Yes.
Pie, cake, whichever you prefer. And I'm hoping to learn from him today as much as I think he's hoping to learn from me.
Definitely.
And that's where it is.
All right, yes. Robert is trying to downplay his knowledge, but that is fine. We're used to that, and I'm very happy. So Robert, this new phenomenon,
Yes, sir.
cryptocurrency, what is it about?
Okay, so basically, we're in the year 2020.
Okay.
And for a long period of time, I think we were pretending like we were in the year 1980. Because we have the technology to do so many different things. And for some reason, money has been one of the things in our world that continue to stay in an archaic system.
Yes.
So now Bitcoin and the rest of the digital currencies have come out and said, listen, guys, remember, we're in 2020 here. We don't need to have so much restrictions on how we use money.
Okay.
So digital currency opens up payment channels like never been opened before. So we're able to transact with money and use money in such different ways. Bitcoin is the leader of that operation.
Okay.
And because of that, they have so much value right now.
Okay.
Because people obviously see the value in something like that.
Wow.
And because of that, Bitcoin has the first mover advantage, and everybody is stuck on Bitcoin because of these reasons.
This is amazing, guys. I mean, you take me back to high school when we talk about early entrants.
Right.
Because early entrants, dominate the market.
Right.
We talk about soft drink today. Coca-Cola is, everybody knows any dark colored or pulp is
Right.
Coca-Cola.
Right.
So I see why Bitcoin has gained that traction.
Right. And they don't even call it pop. They call it Coke.
They call it Coke,
get what I'm
exactly.
saying? So,
you
yeah.
put Pepsi in a cup, it's
Yeah,
Coke.
it's Coke.
Because they dominate the market.
First mover advantage.
Oh my goodness. So a lot of people are skeptical about this cryptocurrency because people grew up knowing that government and central bank print money. They
Right.
regulate the financial market.
Right.
So
Right.
for those people that may not understand how this works, what can you tell them?
Well, it's just basically the government has a control over the money system.
Yes.
And of course, if the government has a control over the money system and they have control over the media, what's the word? Normally, they don't have control over the media as much anymore.
That's
like,
true.
because of people like you. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So prior to people like you and podcasts being all popular, not only did the government control the money, they control the media.
Yes.
So now they're letting us indirectly know this is how we are supposed to exchange value. This is how and this is the only way we're supposed to exchange value. So we have to go to them
Yes.
to get the money to exchange value around the place. So it's just a huge paradigm shift, I find, is going to be happening in the next 10 years or so. It's happening already, slowly at first, and then boom, all at once. People are going to be able to understand that we don't have to depend on the dollars that's been going on for the last 50 years or so, because there's a better option. And that's basically what's happening right now with cryptocurrency.
Wow, I mean, that's amazing, because as you are explaining it, my mind goes to the taxi industry.
Okay.
The taxi industry was so
Tell me about it.
monopolized,
Yeah.
and then Uber comes in.
Tax.
Yeah,
Yes,
taxi,
exactly.
yeah.
It's the same comparison. I tell people that all the time. Cryptocurrency
Yeah.
is going to do to the fiat dollar system what Uber did to the taxi system, but it's not even going to be close. It's going to be what Uber did to the taxi system times 10.
Wow.
Times 10. Look at the value of Bitcoin. It's 20,000 American. There's a reason
There's a
why
reason
it's
why
that
that-
expensive.
Yeah.
It's so much value. It's going to put all the other currencies, regular traditional currencies, to shame. To shame.
No, I believe. You know, recently I was having a discussion with a gentleman, and he said that, you know, we have what, over 200 countries in the world,
Yeah.
or less than, let's just say over 200 countries in the world, and every country has only one singular currency.
Right.
But Bitcoin, we have over 5,000. How is that manageable?
Well, I think you mean with cryptocurrency.
Cryptocurrency,
Yes.
yes.
So okay,
Sorry.
cryptocurrency, no problem. You fix me when I'm wrong too. I'll fix you when you're wrong too.
Thank
So
you.
iron sharpen iron.
The iron sharpen iron.
All right. So check it out. Again, I'm going to sharpen you a little bit here now. If you go to coinmarketcap.com, what happens, you'll see that it's actually over 7,000 cryptocurrencies right now. And the number is growing, right? So in 5 years, 10 years, there's going to be an infinite amount of currencies,
Okay.
right? But still, just because there's a lot of currencies, that doesn't mean that there's going to be much value lost in the main currencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum and whatnot. I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
If you go to if the schools were open, if you go to a younger person's school like grade 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yeah.
I don't know what they're trading now, but I
Okay.
know when I was going to school, we would trade Pogs.
Yeah.
We would trade Tamagotchis,
Yep,
different things.
Different things, yes.
So there's a currency in that playground that doesn't affect the American dollar.
That's true.
So when these other currencies are doing whatever they're doing, that doesn't affect Bitcoin.
Oh.
They're going to have other purposes for them. It's going to be like when you go to an arcade, you give them $20 and they give you $20 worth of tokens.
Token to play, yes.
Those tokens are currency in that space.
In that space.
You get what I'm
I
saying?
get what you blew my mind. Because I couldn't answer the gentleman,
Right.
you know, because every country has one currency. But now I understand, because every country has its own value.
Right.
Even US dollar right now seems to be, if not the most valuable, or could be
Close. At
close.
least, right.
Exactly. But there's some other countries' currency that's not totally worthless, but
Right.
compared to British pounds and Japanese yen and whatnot, the gap is so wide.
Right,
So
right.
similar to cryptocurrency.
Right.
So even though there are over 7,000,
Right.
you know, it doesn't downplay or devalue other top gainers like Bitcoin
Exactly.
or whatever new ones may come out in
Exactly.
Asia or Africa or even Acoin. you
Acoin,
know.
yes.
Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
yes.
All right. Okay. This is guys, you see why I brought him here? It's iron sharpened iron, and
That's
it's
what it is.
opening my
That's
mind.
what it
It's
is.
opening my mind. Okay, awesome. So how can one get into this? Because a lot of people, I have a whole lot of friends, especially the younger generation back in Africa.
Right.
A lot of them do transactions online using cryptocurrency.
Right.
Okay. Now, over here, a few people that I know are into cryptocurrency. Some people hold it at a store of value,
Yes.
just like shares, and
Right.
keep it for the longer term.
Right.
Whereas some people use it for day-to-day
Exchange,
transaction,
right,
exchange.
right.
So, how can one get into that?
Okay, so
Because you can't walk into a bank and buy
no,
cryptocurrency.
not yet at least. I heard, I don't know how true it is, I'm still looking into it, but I heard Bank of America is doing something in terms of Bitcoin to their clients, I guess you could say. I don't know that 100%. So now you talked about some coins being a store of value, and they have their own different use cases,
Okay.
I guess you could say. So some of them are going to have, like, just to keep it simple, some of them are going to have lower transaction fees and faster transaction times.
Okay.
So those ones are going to be used for mainly day-to-day transactions.
Okay.
And then you have something like Bitcoin, where transaction fees can be really high at times.
Okay.
And the transaction speed is a little bit slow. So Bitcoin specifically will be a store of value.
Okay. Okay.
Just like gold. It's harder to move.
Yeah.
Gold is harder to move than paper, you know, because the ounces weigh a lot.
weight, yeah.
And it might cost a lot to store it and all that
Definitely.
stuff. So that's Bitcoin is the digital version of gold. It's store of value. My suggestion to people, people could do whatever they want to do for sure, but my suggestion to people is when you buy Bitcoin, you're buying it to hold on to it.
hold on to
Just
it.
like you would buy your gold to hold on
Hold
to
on
it.
to it, exactly.
And make your gold stack even higher.
Higher, yes.
You know what I mean? And you want to get that gold stack or your digital Bitcoin stack, and you want to give that to your child.
Yeah, pass
That's
it
the,
down.
that's the game plan. That's the goal. And you want your child to give it down to their child.
Okay.
And that's called generational wealth,
Generational wealth.
which we need a lot more in our
Definitely
community,
in our
especially.
community. Yes, yes.
get what
And guys, you know, I say that every week, man. We must, you know, accumulate wealth to pass on to the next generation. We don't want them to start from scratch like most of us did. You know, Robert, this is amazing. Yeah, go
Yes,
on.
you were saying, how do they go about getting it?
Yes.
And we never spoke about this, but this is main, like if I have a main thing that I want to get across to the people, is how to get it, okay? Because when I introduced myself, I said, I'm a Bitcoin this, I'm a Bitcoin that, I'm a
Yes.
Bitcoin this.
Yes.
I understand the other cryptocurrencies, and I invest a little bit in the other cryptocurrencies.
Okay.
My main focus is Bitcoin, and I think the majority of people's main focus should be Bitcoin.
okay.
And I'll tell you why. Okay, so Bitcoin, it was designed to be a peer-to-peer money transfer system.
Okay.
A lot of people are not reading the instructions that come with it and using it as it was designed to be used,
Okay.
as a peer-to-peer transaction system.
What does that mean?
Okay, I'm glad you asked. Unlike any other time in history before, I can exchange value with you, and the value from me goes straight to you.
Yes.
Right now, unless outside of cash, if I'm going to pay a service for, if I'm going to buy bread from the local baker,
Yeah.
or if I'm going to want to give you money, TD, RBC,
Oh, the banks.
CIBC, they have to get involved in it.
Oh, true.
If we were going to use the archaic monetary system, and I wanted to send you money right now, RBC would have to sign off on it.
That's true. Yes.
Intermediaries would have to sign off
yes.
on it.
Always a third party.
Right? And I'm just remembering this now.
Yes.
When I first started transacting with money, it was a kind of a rule of ours where if I owed you money, I would give you the money.
Yes.
I wouldn't give Steve the money to give to
give
you
to me,
because
no.
we don't know what's going to happen.
That's true.
We don't know what's going to happen.
Yes.
That's what's happening right now. I have to give RBC the money, and RBC has to give it to
Give
you.
it to me. Yes. That's right.
And they're going to take their cut.
They will definitely. Yes. I
you know?
definitely understand what
They're
you
going
mean.
to get their cut. I
Yes.
should be able to give you money.
Directly.
Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer system. I'll tie it all in together right now. You're going to ask me about how would they get it. You get it from your peer. You get it from your peer. Going to these online exchanges is adding an intermediary to your transaction.
Okay.
So a lot of them you are putting your personal information on, which is really crazy if you ask me. I've done it before, but it's time for awakening now.
Okay.
Because Equifax,
Yes. The credit
Yes.
scoring agency. Yes.
within the last 10 years, I can't remember exactly when, they had their servers were compromised and
Yes.
people's information
Yes. Was stolen.
was stolen.
That's right.
This is Equifax.
Yes.
These cryptocurrency online exchanges are not as reputable as Equifax,
Yes.
and people are giving them their personal
Personal
information
information. Yeah.
to get a peer-to-peer currency exchange.
Oh.
So you could go to an ATM and buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Depending on what country you are in, I don't know. We're in Toronto. In the GTA, there's Bitcoin machines all
across the
over the
city.
place.
Yeah.
All over the place. No third party has to be involved. People that sell Bitcoin, right? You could go to them, and whatever their fee is, you pay them, and
them their fee,
they'll,
yeah.
they'll,
Give you
they'll,
their-
it's as simple as you have cryptocurrency, don't
Yes,
you?
I do.
It's as simple as this. Boom, you have the value.
You have the value,
You've got
that's
the
right.
cash.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to kind of promote is two things, and I'm promoting these things at really no financial gain as my motivation.
Okay.
More of a awakening for the people so that we get the power back to the people. Because for far too long, the power has been given to the institutions,
That's true.
and they haven't given us anything back
No,
for
in
it.
return, no. No.
So we have a tool right now called Bitcoin that a lot of people need to investigate further. When I came into the sphere, I came in as a speculative investor.
Okay.
There's something that I'm going to put my money in that's going to grow my money. And that's all it was.
That's what. Oh.
And that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. A lot of people come into it. Something has to attract you.
Yeah, that's
you know what
right.
I'm saying? But now that you dig a little bit deeper, and there's levels and levels and levels of this that people that I listen to and I look at as, wow, the most knowledgeable Bitcoin expert in the world, say they still don't know it all.
Wow.
They still don't know it all. There's so much layers to it. So if you talk to somebody and you say, you're going to invest in Bitcoin, and say, no, I don't like that because of this, that, the other thing. All that means is they haven't looked
They
into
haven't
it.
looked into it because what people
enough.
don't understand, they definitely are skeptical about.
Right,
Oh
right.
wow, this is amazing, guys. You know, I told you, Robert has wealth of knowledge. You know, so Robert, you know, for some of our viewers out there who are saying, "Oh, if I had known all this information in 2009."
Oh man, you're asking
or
some
2012.
sweet. You're asking some sweet questions. You're getting me excited right
I want
now.
to get you excited.
Oh my God.
Good.
Okay.
So they're not saying that it's so expensive now for some people.
Right.
But what do you say to them?
I say to them, Bitcoin is 20,000 American right now.
Yes.
That's not me. 20,000 American right now.
Yes.
And they would say that that's expensive. Some will say that's pretty cheap.
Yes.
Some would say that's pretty cheap. The people that don't have Bitcoin, they might say it's too expensive. The people that do have Bitcoin will say, oh my gosh, I can't wait till it gets up to 100,000.
100,000.
So to answer your question,
Yes.
Bitcoin's lifespan started in 2008. It was introduced. There was a white paper that said this is what's going to be happening.
Yes.
In 2009, it started happening.
Yes.
So we're 11 or 12 years into Bitcoin, depending on how you do the math.
Yes.
In the first year, I don't have the exact numbers, but there was a time where Bitcoin was $1.
Yes.
Guess what the narrative was in that time? It's too expensive.
Oh.
At that time,
People say
people were not going to spend $1 for Bitcoin.
Bitcoin.
What? This internet currency money that only a few people know about? Why would I give money for that? Bitcoin went up to 300. At that time, it was too
It was too
expensive.
expensive for it. Oh,
When it was
people.
$300, it was too
Yeah.
expensive. We got to get out of this mindset to
yeah,
say,
yeah.
what if I? I'll give you an example.
Yes.
I buy silver as well.
Okay.
So my cousin calls me yesterday and he says to me, listen, we got a good price on silver. Let's go get some silver. And then I said, okay, no problem. He didn't say silver. He said metals.
Okay.
I didn't realize that he was talking about gold.
Oh.
I always have silver in my mind.
Okay.
So when I said, okay, I'll call you back and see if we're going to do that. So I hung up on him and I looked at the price of silver and I said, the price of silver was cheaper last week. Why is he so
why is he
excited about
excited
it?
now?
I called him back and I said, it was cheaper last week. What are you so excited about? And he looks at it in different ways because there's so many different ways to say it, see it. He said, well, whatever you think, that's okay. But you know what he should have said to me? He should have said to me, okay, well, if it was so cheap last week, why don't you go back to last week
I get it.
and get it? And while you're there, get me some.
Get me some.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we can't talk about yesterday how it
Yeah.
was cheap and this. What we have to look at
the future.
is we have to look at right now, how much does it cost, and what is going on in that world.
Yeah.
Because when you see what's going on in that world and the future of what's happening in that world,
Yeah.
you say it is so cheap. It is so cheap. It is so cheap.
You're right.
Right now it is so cheap. And another thing my same cousin told me, and he has the story better than me. I didn't see it. It's on YouTube. And he said that there was a guy who came on a podcast just like this.
Okay.
And it was let's say it was $300 a Bitcoin at that time. I can't remember exactly what it was. And he was begging and pleading with the people to
Wow,
buy
to
Bitcoin,
acquire Bitcoin.
while it's still cheap. Right now, all of my friends, I'm saying, listen, do something. And because your friends are my friends and my friends are your
My
friends,
friends, yes.
I'm going to tell your friends what I'm promoting within my
Listen,
people.
guys.
And I'm promoting this not for my own financial gain, but for my people around me to be able to flip the script a little bit. Because right now we're in a world where the script is being flipped, and you want to be on the right side. And we have an ability with these tools that we have to be on the right side. So I'm saying to anybody that's around me that if you are not putting 5% of your income into Bitcoin.
Okay.
I'm not talking about cryptocurrencies.
No Ethereum, no Ripple, Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. I'll tell you this.
Okay.
All those ones that you said, they will make money.
Okay.
They will make money. Ethereum might, in the next 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, might bring you a bigger return on investment than Bitcoin.
Okay.
No doubt about it. But it depends on the person, right? So for the simple person, just put it there and leave it alone. Some people like to trade. Some people are into the markets. I'll give them a little bit different advice.
Okay.
Right? But if you're not into cryptocurrency at all, at the very least, you have to put aside 5% of, and guess what? You should have been putting 5% or 10%. 5% is minor.
Okay.
But you should, even if there's no cryptocurrencies, nothing like that, you should already be putting 10% of all your pay aside for long-term wealth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But now we have technology that's one of the best saving technology ever. And I'll tell you why it's an amazing savings technology. Because Bitcoin, unlike fiat currency, it does one thing. Bitcoin. I'm not talking about cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin specifically.
Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency.
It is.
I'm talking about that specific cryptocurrency. All it does since 2009 is raise in value. That's
true.
all it's done. All it's done.
Yes.
In the midst of what it's been doing, there's been bumpy roads, up and down.
That's true.
It would be an unfair expectation for one to think anything that they invest in is just going to go straight up. It's unfair.
No.
So when Bitcoin dips and people are like, oh, Bitcoin is crap, that's unfair expectation for it to always be going up. But over time, what does it do? It just goes up. It just goes up. The financial, the monetary system that we're in right now, the fiat money, all it's been doing for the last 50 years, all it's been doing is losing value for the last 50 years. Since 1970s, in the 70s, when fiat currency was taken off of the gold standard, when it was taken off of the gold standard, all it's done is plummet.
Yeah.
In countries like our countries, it's hard to notice it. It doesn't plummet as fast. But it plummets nonetheless. 2 to 4% a year. Money's going down.
Because what this amount of money could acquire last year is not the same right now.
Exactly. And there's worse situations. Bitcoin comes to save the world in a certain way because there are, in here, like I said, Canada, US, it's not as, but there's places like Argentina.
Okay.
When if I give you your pay right now, you did a service for me, you did a job for me. Once the money exchange hand, you know what you're doing in Argentina?
No.
You're running to the grocery store. Because if you take 2 minutes too long, and I'm exaggerating a little bit, but if you take too long, you won't be able to buy anything at the grocery store. The power of the dollar has gone down.
Inflation,
Inflation. We experience it too.
Yeah.
Just at a small, slow, steady pace that everybody's comfortable with it.
No, you're right, guys. This is amazing, and I hope you guys are following. Because if you're not following, we're gonna, Robert is a wealth of knowledge, and he has a website as well.
Yeah.
How about your website?
Okay, thank you, sir. I have a website. Me and my team. It's not just me.
Okay.
I have real good people around me.
Awesome.
And it's called cryptovision.ca.
Cryptovision.ca.
www.cryptovision.ca, and it's a baby right now.
Okay.
And it's growing every day like a baby does.
Yes, of course.
And basically, just like how we're conversing right now.
Yeah.
We're just trying to give information to people and get them to understand the changes in what's happening in the world and make sure that they're on the right end of the table when the tables turn.
Yes.
We're going to be offering a lot of different services. We are going to become vendors for people to acquire Bitcoin from us.
Okay.
The main focus, though, is content, information that the people need. You know what I mean? Because you, like we spoke prior to the cameras being on, the information that's being given to them from the traditional sources is given to them, but it's not for them.
It's not for them.
It's not for them.
Yes, guys. I told you, you always have to do your research.
Research.
Yeah. Mainstream media is there for profit.
Right.
I'm not here to make money from you. I'm here
Exactly.
to help you make money.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Man, this is wonderful. So guys, you have to check out that website because I actually have it right now on my device. And there's so much resource there, guys. So if you're worried, you want to know more, you want to pick his brain, that's the best place to go. Man, this is amazing, guys. I've learned so much from you because I thought I knew about cryptocurrency, but I didn't know this much. And what you've told me about Bitcoin, because I was one of those that said, why would I buy one Bitcoin for $18,000 US, $19,000 US?
Right.
but you will have to look at the projection because assuming you know in 5 years' time, one Bitcoin that costs today $18,000 is going to be $300,000.
Right.
Then you're going to say it's cheap.
It's definitely possible. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I believe it.
Exactly.
Man, this is amazing. You said something about what you do, and you made mention of nodes. Or are you into mining as well?
Okay, so popular misconception with Bitcoin is mining and nodes one thing.
Okay.
So mining is one part of the network.
Okay.
And running a node is a separate part.
Please elaborate.
Right. So mining is a very, 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 very expensive operation.
Wow.
Companies are doing that right now.
Okay.
Individual people were able to do that back in 2009, 2010. But now that the network has gone so big,
okay.
you need more powerful machines. And if you're doing that in your house, you're going to either burn your machine, you're going to run your energy up to places where you can't really, you know what I mean?
Profit.
Right. So I don't mind. I would love to mine because there is profit in that.
Okay.
But what I do is I run a Bitcoin node.
What's that?
And what it is basically it's a service that basically verifies and validates the information, the transactions.
Okay.
It verifies and validates transactions. Okay. It's such a beautiful thing because anybody could run a node.
Okay.
And there's code that validates the transaction. Okay. So the code is very important because it's a set of rules that once you meet this set of rules, the transaction will fly.
Oh.
Right? It's not a discriminatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's not going to be any censorship. There's not going to be any we can't send that transaction because you didn't provide the proper identification.
Okay.
Or you spelled the name wrong on the application. You're trying to send your money back to Nigeria to feed your family, and you forget the middle name. Through Western Union, and they just cut the transaction, right? So with Bitcoin, it's very simple rules, and once you follow the simple rules, the transaction goes through, whether it's going through to Nigeria, whether it's going through Jamaica, where it's going to Iraq, wherever it's going. There's no censorship, there's no going to the bank server, let the bank say, I wonder if we should let this money go through.
No sort of authentication, third party, no intermediaries.
Right. So simple set of rules, and the more nodes that are running throughout the place, then the more decentralized Bitcoin will be.
Okay.
And the less, because once you have a centralized system, then you have the system like with the banks, being able to just censor transactions, take control. Nobody has control of this. The more nodes that are out there, the less control one single party can have.
Oh, so what you mean is that I could make a transaction on Bitcoin.
Right.
Okay. Say I make a purchase or a transaction. So what you're saying is that that transaction passes through several nodes.
Right.
And everyone is doing basically the same thing.
Right.
So even if these two nodes are closed, it still goes through.
Oh gosh, it will still go through.
Wow.
Every node in the world will have to shut down. And there's about 100,000 nodes worldwide.
Which is impossible.
Right. So if Canada's whole internet system goes
down,
there's nodes in China, there's nodes in America, we could still transact Bitcoin.
So all those issues in the banking, our servers are down, your transaction cannot go through, nothing like that.
No. Thank you. You taught me that because I didn't think to connect it like that, right? With the bank servers going down. That happens. It
happens frequently across the world, developed and developing countries. People want to do a wire transfer. Oh, sorry, sir, our servers are down.
Exactly.
Try again later.
No, not
guys. I told you, man, this is eye-opening. This is very. I didn't even know individuals could participate in nodes and be able to, is it non-authenticate but monitor transactions?
Verify transactions. And validate that their transactions follow the rules.
Okay.
So how the connection will work, I guess, if we want to get deeper into the node, would you send a transaction, the node would grab the transaction, verify that the transaction is valid. It would leave it up top. I'm not going to use technical terms, but it would leave it somewhere, and then the
blockchain.
Why is the words missing my head now? The ones that I said I wanted to be. I'm
not mining nodes.
The miners. I'm just a little bit nervous because of all the cameras. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying the miners. The miners would take the transaction and put it on the blockchain, and it's permanent.
So since you participate in the node, is there some sort of compensation?
The compensation is not monetary.
Oh, okay.
The compensation is that there's different types of compensation. The compensation is that you are securing the network.
Okay.
Because the Bitcoin currency is people. So we have to make the security stronger, and
Okay.
by having a node, you make the security stronger.
Because you're having more participants.
Right,
verifying.
right. And there's benefits in having a node, because now when you're sending transactions straight from the node, you could be able to save on certain fees and whatnot.
okay.
And if you're sending a lot of transactions, you want to be saving on fees, because now if you have your wallet on your device or whatnot, there's no full node on that. So you have to possibly come to my full node through the network
Through the network.
to
yes.
send your
To send it
transaction.
through.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Wow, this is amazing, guys, and I hope you have been, learning as much as I've been. Remember, guys, we're live right now, but after the shows, our videos are always available on our YouTube channel, GBKM TV, so you can always go back and watch it on demand as much as you like. And this is interesting, Robert. So, Robert, I know digital currency, we have Bitcoin, which is the trailblazer, and several others.
Right.
And people always say, oh, it's just the currency. Behind the power behind the currency is the technology called blockchain.
Right.
What is that
Right.
about?
So it's kind of simple. It's basically, what blockchain is it's a they call it is a distributed ledger.
Okay.
So you could think of it as a Google Sheets.
Okay, like a spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet. So basically, you could have your Google Sheet wherever you have it, and I have mine, and it's connected.
Okay.
And I put something on it, and you will see.
It reflects on
It
mine.
reflects.
Oh, okay.
So that's basically the blockchain. You just can post transactions on it, basically. Depending on which blockchain it is. With Bitcoin, you're just posting transactions on it, right?
Oh,
So the difference, though, with the blockchain and the Google Sheets is once it's on the Google Sheets in our example, we could take it off in Google Sheets.
Okay.
But on the blockchain, once it's there,
Is there it can't. And I cannot alter it if I want to
cannot
change
alter
it.
it.
Oh
No.
my goodness.
No.
So it's so now I see why they say it's so safe and secure. But where does the cryptography come in?
Okay, nice. Okay, so basically, the cryptography comes in, and that's an area that I'm not too
familiar
well
with.
versed
Okay,
in.
yeah.
But basically, it's encrypting the information that's being sent.
I see. Oh,
Right?
okay.
So that
yes.
only people who need to know what's being sent will know.
We know.
Because the blockchain is public, so people could see that stuff is moving
through. Yeah.
But the only people that need to know what's happening is the 2 or 3 or 4 parties that are involved.
I see what
right?
I see. It's such. I mean, it's so beautiful. Now I see why a lot of people want to, especially entrepreneurs who are in the tech space. A lot of things they want to develop, they want to put it on the blockchain technology because this makes things so easy. I hear words like smart contract. Is that in Bitcoin blockchain, or these are other blockchains?
There are. We hear that there are smart contracts in Bitcoin, but Bitcoin doesn't take that approach to anything because they want to use their space and their time just to have sound, secure, robust money.
Yes.
Other blockchain projects like Ethereum, they don't just put transactions on the blockchain. They put smart contracts on the blockchain.
Well, okay.
So they put coding that will develop applications that could do almost anything, right? So these applications are going to rival what Apple's doing right now. You know, Apple might not even be in this space for much longer, because the power that the blockchain has and the mass reach it has is just going to blow these non-blockchain companies out of the water.
Oh my goodness. No, it's amazing because, you know, I read somewhere and I was trying to understand smart contract, because I know the word smart, I know what contract means, but smart contract, and it's like, you could say, okay, I want to execute this contract. Maybe I have $500 and I want this $500 to pay out $5 every month.
Right.
You execute that contract and it can never be altered.
done.
I don't need to come back to do anything.
Right.
It works
done.
on its own.
Right. The
Man,
code
that's-
stays on the blockchain and it just executes the code.
Wow, that's amazing. Because I mean, that is, you know, it cuts across multiple generations.
Yeah.
Because I could have
Right.
a wealth
Right.
for my kids.
Right.
I may not be around, but this technology is
Right,
executing and they
right.
get it at whatever interval, whatever timing.
Right, because I was just thinking, like when I was telling you about the gold, you want to pass your gold down to your.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is now your son or your daughter you have to trust them to put it down
believe-
because they might just sell it, right?
Straight up.
So what you're just saying and what you just showed your audience is it's like it could be all coded.
Yeah.
So your great grandkids could be taken care of.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry
You
about
don't
it
have
in
to
your
worry about
grave.
it.
You know
Yeah.
it's happening because
You know
it's
it's
on the
happening.
blockchain.
It's on the blockchain. And the technology, like you said, is across the globe. So
Right.
even though there's war
Yeah.
or the internet is shut down in North America, Europe is there.
Right, right,
if
right.
it's shut down in Europe, Middle East is there,
Right,
Africa is
right,
there,
right.
except the entire world.
The whole world. The whole world.
collapse or shut
Yeah.
down. And by then, of course,
Yeah,
who cares
then who
anymore?
cares about the money, right? That's
Oh
the
my
last thing on their
goodness.
mind.
Yeah,
you know?
this has been eye-opening, guys,
Wow,
and this
I'm
has
so
been
happy to be
amazing,
here,
man.
brother. I'm so
Well, no,
happy to be here,
I'm blessed, you
Yes,
know.
yes.
You know, with your wealth of knowledge and just the way you simplify things is
Right,
amazing.
Right.
Trust
right.
me.
I tried, man. I'm trying.
no, no.
That's all, you know. Trying to just give some value to your
Oh my
audience.
gosh,
and
yeah.
I'm hoping I'm delivering.
Yeah, you are definitely. And I want to say thanks. You know, guys, this show, 30 minutes is so quick when you're having fun and when the knowledge is so powerful.
Right.
You know, we've come to the end of this show.
Oh, man.
Like I always say every week, you know, it's a 30-minute show. You know, we are here to impact your life. I want to say thank you for being here. And of course, thanks to my special guest, to Robert McFarlane. And,
Thank
you know,
Thank you.
check out his website, cryptovision.ca.
Cryptovision.ca,
Very important, you
yes.
know, and I'm going to bookmark it because that's what I go to.
Yes,
you
yes,
know?
yes,
And
yes.
thank you so much. Yeah, and I mean, just before we round off, I mean, what's your words of wisdom to everyone watching right now?
Well, you know, just don't be left behind. The world is changing at a rapid pace. We only had half an hour, you know. We can get into a lot of things of how the world is changing. Just line yourself up and position yourself
Yes.
to be at the right side of
Yes.
the new world that we're entering.
Wow, yes, guys, man, that's powerful, guys. Don't take anything for granted, okay? When Uber came, I was one of the skeptics that said, come on, man, the taxi industry monopolizes New York, Toronto, everywhere. But look, Uber is everywhere. I use it daily. You know, same thing with cryptocurrency, guys. Don't downplay the importance of it.
Right.
Step in right now, guys. And this is one of the, like he said, things are changing. A few years back, who would have thought Jeff Bezos would be one of the richest men in the world with Amazon?
Right.
I used Amazon a lot, even in Africa, you know, even when I was in Europe, in North America, but today, Amazon is like
Yeah.
number one in e-commerce.
Yeah.
Look at Alibaba.
Right.
Who would have thought?
Right.
So things
Right.
change. Same thing in technology today. Technology is the biggest employer of labor, you know, in the industrialized or the developed world. So I have no doubt that cryptocurrency is the way to go, guys. And you know, the earlier the better. And like what he said,
cheap.
Bitcoin is not
It's cheap.
it's not expensive.
It's cheap right now.
I like the
It's
way he
cheap.
said it. It's cheap.
Yeah.
It's cheap, right?
Your kids are gonna grow up 10 years from now and say, Mom, Dad, I heard in 2020 Bitcoin was only 25,000. Why didn't you grab any? They're gonna ask.
You see, although we have to end the show, right? What he said makes sense because I was into real estate and I passed a neighborhood a few years back. This
Right.
neighborhood was like very affordable, you know. And now when you go there, the properties are millions of dollars, you know. And someone asked me, "Oh, when you get it?" I'm like,
Right.
"It's always like that,
Yeah,
guys."
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But we don't regret. We always move forward. So thank you so much, guys. You know, like I always say every week, you know, multiple streams of income is the way to go.
Right.
You know, I want to give a special shout out to Top Rank Consulting. Top Rank Consulting has been they've been powering this program. And please, guys, go out there and support them. Go to their website. You know, if you're looking for resume writing, strategic communication, business communication, you know, IT certification, cyber security, whatever it is, they are there to help you. Are you a new immigrant? You want to change career? They are the go-to people. If you're already an established person in this part of the world or in Africa or wherever you may be, you want to change career or you want to go into IT, why not reach out to them, guys? You know, they are wealth of knowledge. They have a very wonderful community where they help. Remember, be your brother's keeper, be your sister's helper, guys. I will never stop saying in multiple streams of income, you know, like what we'll be discussing today. This is an opportunity for you to build up your portfolio, invest in cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin, and of course, any other one. Do your research, just like stock and shares. Do your research and you will see the ones, you know, who will have that much value as they go, because so many of them will lose value. Like, I mean, there was a time in Zimbabwe, Zimbabwean dollars was worthless, okay? So same thing with Forex trading as well. So do your research, you know, and then make the right decisions, guys. So remember, you know, like I always say, be that role model in your home, your community, you know, participate. Wherever you are is your home. If you find peace in Canada, that's your home. Find peace in the Caribbean, Africa, that is your home. You know, be the one to give back as well, you know. And remember, yours in the spotlight. The change you seek begins with you. Good night, guys.
Strategic and technical skills, high in-demand skills such as project management, business analysis, software quality assurance, IT service management, agile, etc.
My name is Angela and I'm a business analyst. A good friend of mine introduced me to Top Run. He had taken the course before and he thought it would be a good idea for me to try it out. At the time, I was looking to change my career and just get a little bit more knowledgeable on how to be a business analyst.
I wanted to
Top Run Consulting is a global education consultancy. We provide pretty intensive short training courses that help people gain leadership, strategic, and technical skills. High in-demand skills such as project management, business analysis, software quality assurance, IT service management, agile, etc.
My name is Angela and I'm a business analyst.